Okay, so we are here again. It's Friday night for a little bit of bonus content from us at the Top 2 Inches RP. So a special thank you once again to I Spy Surveys, the go-to specialist survey and inspection company based in Exeter, Devon. So a West Country derby tonight, Bath versus Gloucester at the Rec. Just going to go through the team quickly. 15, De Glanville, Rockadud Gooney, Clark, Matavesi, Will Murr. Interested to see him. Priestland at 10, Ben Spencer and is captain at 9. Schumann, Dunn, Judge, Bayliss, Williams, Falatau, Reed, Mercer. And Bath do have a pretty strong bench. The new South African fry half, Tien Schumann, Jonathan Joseph, Will Chudley, Henry Thomas and Jamie Batty. So a few internationals there for Bath. Obviously Tom Dunn had a fantastic game last week against Sale, putting in something ridiculous like 30 odd tackles, so it'd be good to watch him. Gloucester's team start with 15, Kyle Moyle, Louis Rees-Zammit is in at 14, Chris Harris, the Scottish international, at 13, Tom Seabrook, Ollie Thorley, Billy Twelvetrees, Willie Hines, Rapava Ruskin, can't say his name, Walker, Balmain, Ed Slater's back from his recent suspension, Craig, Geordie Reid, Ludlow and Ackerman. Their bench, I would probably say, well, Jamal Ford Robinson's a good old prop, Santiago Sacchino, but I would suggest, well, Henry Trinidad's on the bench as well for Gloucester, but I would suggest that Bath have a stronger bench to come on in the latter stages of the game. So it's going to be an interesting game. Two teams both towards, well, at the bottom of the table. Gloucester are bottom and Bath are just a couple of places ahead of them. But as all West Country derbies have kind of been in the past, who knows what's going to basically happen. So the format again for tonight is going to be like we've done before. I'm going to watch the first 20 minutes of the game, do a little recording, just give my thoughts on how the game's progressing so far, who's got the upper hand, who's struggling, what's basically going on. And we'll take it from there. Obviously, as ever, we are available on all platforms such as Spotify, Apple Podcast, Anchor and YouTube. And we are on Twitter at Top 2 Inches RP. So go on there, give us a follow. You can get our episodes in that feed. And then we'll sit back and I'll be back in about 20 minutes and let you know my thoughts on the first 20 minutes of the game. Okay, so we're about 20 minutes into the first half of the game between Gloucester and Bath at the Rec, and it is a typical West Country derby. Unfortunately, we have already had a red card. About 8 minutes, Ruskin went into a tackle with a leading arm, and it was adjudged that by Wayne Barnes, the referee. So forearm contact ahead, no other option than red card realistically. Interesting that the TV angles, one angle kind of showed that it didn't look too bad, and then another TV angle really showed that it was that leading forearm to the head. So he was given his marching orders, resulting in obviously a prop being off the field. Gloucester then sacrificed their centre Seabrook to bring on another prop. Interesting though, I would say at the moment that Gloucester seem to have the upper hand, even though they only have 14 men. The score is currently 3-0 to Gloucester. They seem to be playing a much better kind of attacking rugby. Bath seem to be kind of struggling a little bit at the moment to get the foot into the game. And at the moment, Billy Twelvetrees just put a nice kick right into the corner with the Gloucester to have the line out. So we'll just see what comes from this attacking play by Gloucester. Interesting, Gloucester also had about 61% possession and have had greater territorial advantage as well. Let's just see how this kind of plays out. Hooker's throwing the ball in, good take by Craig, I think it was, in the second row. Gloucester are kind of being edged towards the touchline by Bath. Bath are using it as their friend. Willie Hines is going to have to get the ball out there right on the touchline now. Bath have managed to stop the drive. Chris Harris comes on a crash ball taking a few guys with him, looking really strong. Hines again with a quick ball. Forwards are looping around. Is this going to come to anything? Hines is calling to loop round again. Here they come again, all the forwards. Ackerman, I think we've had a knock on. Yeah, knock on. Mercer putting a lovely tackle against Ackerman and causing the knock on. So yeah, like I said, Gloucester are definitely playing the better rugby at the moment. They've definitely got their kind of game plan up and running despite having the 14 men. So it'll be an interesting second 20-minute period. Let's see what happens. You know, I'd imagine that Bath really need to kind of start running the game. There seems to be a lot of kicking. They need to wear the Gloucester pack down, make that extra man tell, but we'll see. Okay, so it is nearly half time, and Bath have actually just scored a try by Toby Falatau just before half time. Fantastic bit of play by Bath, really open, lovely interplay between forwards and backs. Awesome sleight of hand by Jonathan Joseph, really, you know, out the back, and a fantastic try for Bath just before half time. However, that's not really been the story of this half. It has all been Gloucester. Gloucester just look fantastic. They obviously, you know, as we said in the first 20 minutes, they're down to 14 men. It just seems to have galvanised them as a team. They're really focused. Their game plan is working really well. A really quite simple game plan, pinning Bath back. And you know, you wouldn't necessarily think that they were down to 14 men. To be fair, they've had all the possession. They've had all the territory. And you know, realistically, they deserve to have gone at half time 6-0. But like I said, Bath have just kind of turned the game on its head, and will go into half time 7-6 up. Bath, you know, really need to improve in the second half. They haven't looked good, to be honest, and it's certainly a far cry from how they performed last week against Sale. They don't seem to have much of a game plan, and yeah, you know, if anything, you would say that Bath only had 14 men, not Gloucester. But it'll be an interesting second half. There's not a great deal to say. Like, you know, Willie Hines is playing a good game. Reece Samet is playing quite well. Spencer for Bath has had a little bit of a snipe, put a lovely kick in off the outside of his boot. And luckily for Gloucester, Hines managed to kind of get hold of that and put the ball over the line safely, giving Bath the 5-metre scrum. And then, you know, Gloucester just kind of took control and won the ball back. So yeah, we'll see what happens in the second half. Potentially Ollie might join us for a little bit. It just depends if he isn't needed for daddy duty, but we'll see. So yeah, looking forward to the second half, and I will have a little conversation with you guys again after about 20 minutes. See you then. Okay, I've just come in early on this recording at about 51 minutes because Bath have just had a red card. It was a double kind of hit by the TN Schumann and Mike Williams. Mike Williams' shoulder directly hitting the Gloucester fullback square in the nose. Wayne Barnes was outstanding in how he interpreted what actually took place and talked through with his touch judges, etc. There were no mitigating circumstances. There was no arm attempt to wrap around. A little bit impossible for Williams in a way because Schumann was there, and that's what you kind of get with these double hits. It's really difficult, and in all fairness, like Wayne Barnes said, he said just tackle lower and it wouldn't have been a red card. So really interesting now because Bath obviously had come out in the second half. They looked a lot better, a lot more fluent, and were really taking the game to Gloucester. But this is obviously going to kind of turn things around a little bit. Both teams are down to 14 men. Fantastic West Country derby. Current score is 10-6 to Bath. So I will leave it there for now. Really interesting point. Actually, I might just hang on a second because Bath have lost a few more guys. Quite a few injuries tonight. Quite the subs bench has been used early already. Matavesi's just hit up Bath are now still flowing quite well. The forwards are just about to start wrapping around. I think we also lost Ben Spencer to a HIA, so Chudley, I think it is. He's permanently on the field now. But Bath definitely in the second half have come out buoyed by that try just before half time. And let's just see. Bath continue going through the forwards. Mercer's on the ball, a little pop up, forward again, forward break again. Scrum half Chudley's there, more forwards wrapping around. Gloucester are just absorbing these forward runs at the moment, getting close to the touchline, nearly bundling them into touch. And it looks like there's a penalty to Bath. I think they might go for the corner here. Priestland's just asking the question. Yeah, he's going to go for the corner. Bath feel they've got the pressure now on Gloucester. Let's see how this kind of comes up. Yeah, it was Harris. Just got the Gloucester centre just got himself on the wrong side of the ball there, which stopped Chudley getting the ball out quickly. Let's see how we go. Judge has just come in to let Dunn know what the call is. Bath is setting up for the line out just about 5 metres out. Let's just see, there's about good solid take by Bath. Forwards are in there. Gloucester come back with a bit of a drive. You've got the backs joining in from Bath now. Gloucester are repelling it at the moment. Bath are just starting to wheel a little bit. Gloucester have thrown a few more boys into the maul. Gloucester are appealing for something. I'm not 100% sure what they're appealing though. Bath is still rumbling forward nicely. It's all broken up. Looks like Judge could go to the line. Could be a try for Bath here. No, he's being held up. Harris has held him up spectacularly over the line. Turned him. Wow, well done to the centre. Judge is a big old fella. And Chris Harris has just done a fantastic job of holding him up over the line. Okay, let's leave it there and I'll check back in a bit. Okay, there's about a minute to go and the score is currently Gloucester 14, Bath 13. Gloucester just scored a fantastic try, but Bath are going up the field. Chris Harris, the Scottish international, just given away a penalty 45 metres out in lashing rain. Is Priestland going to land this? And he's nailed it, absolutely nailed it. Gloucester, oh, I feel for Gloucester, man. They've gone to 16-14 with a minute and a half or so to play. So if Bath have got anything about them, they simply wrap this game up now and take the win. Sensible play, forwards running around. Here we go, Bath has secured the kickoff. Minute to go. Falatau with the ball running forward. Simple play, just forward after forward, wind down the clock, and Bath will take this victory. Although Gloucester are trying to fight at the base of the ruck, they're throwing guys in. Wayne Barnes is telling Bath to use it now. Bath has secured another ball. There's about 20 seconds to go. Another forward hit up. Gloucester have gone flying in. Oh, it's going to be heartbreak for Gloucester, man, having gone down to 14 men so early, to have played so well. Bath then come back into it, and then Gloucester obviously with a try right at the death. Bath have just about done enough to win this West Country derby. Not long left, that's it. Priestland kicks the ball out. Bath take the victory. Stuart Hooper is clearly happy with that victory. I mean, to be fair, it was an absolutely fantastic performance by Gloucester. If anything, they deserved the win, in my opinion. Bath didn't play well. First half, they were terrible. Second half, they definitely picked up a little bit, but it wasn't a consistent performance by Bath. Poor old Lewis Ludlow there, just looking at the score. 12 Trees looking really upset as well. It's a massive performance by Gloucester, and it's just such a shame that they've lost that. But fair play to Bath. You play the game, you play the conditions. Obviously, they went down to 14 men as well, which evened things up. But yeah, it was a well-fought victory for Gloucester. Sorry, for Bath. Another West Country derby done and dusted for the year. So it just leaves me to say thanks for listening for this little bit of bonus content. Hopefully it will be available tomorrow, which would be Saturday. Let us know what you think. Ollie unfortunately couldn't join us. He was on dad duties, but his view of the game, it was utter shit. And I don't think he's particularly happy. Well, he might be a little bit happier now that Bath have got the victory, but he certainly wasn't happy from the text that he was sending me. So we're available on all platforms such as YouTube, Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcast. Obviously, we continue to be sponsored by I Spy Surveys, the go-to specialist survey and inspection company based in Exeter, Devon. So a massive thank you to them. And we are on Twitter at top2inchesrp. So go on there, give us a follow, ask questions, leave comments. And we'll get this going again, hopefully again soon. And we will catch you for episode 21 later on next week. Thank you very much for listening.